Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program proudly brings to you its gaming and entertainment news of the week with your hosts and tag team partners. He's Chris Best, I'm OMD, and welcome to the Boar's Nest. Thank you, Chris, for joining me tonight. How are you tonight? How are you while Bubba is on assignment with the shoot job?
Oh, I'm doing good. Feeling a little lost because off screen I'm playing. Well, I'm still playing Wolfenstein, and I'm confused on where I need to go next.
Yes. This is actually a little bit weird for me. This is my first time solo streaming a game.
It's fun, dude. I'll tell you that right now. There's a little bit more freedom to it, as it were. And I'm not knocking what you and Bubba do, but you know what I mean?
So, yes, this is my first time solo streaming a game, so I'm not used to being on the just the normal mic headset. I'm used to being on the gaming headset with them, which, of course, we can't do. Now, I've decided tonight to go and do a modern throwback game, and I'm doing WarHammer Bolt Gun. And this, if you think back, you're playing one of the newer Wolfensteins.
Yeah, I'm also playing a Warhammer game as well. I'm playing Chaos Bane for that.
Right, which we saw on the PlayStation Showcase last night. Mm-hmm. This game is a throwback to the old style Doom and Quake and the early Wolfenstein and even Duke Nukem games. Mm-hmm. So in terms of the graphics, we're going to get that 24-bit pixelated style. Now, this game has been a lot of fun. I'm going to pick it up from where I've been playing from. So I'm not sure where I'm going right now, what I'm doing. So let's come along for the journey.
Yeah, let's do it. Now entering.
Oh, right. I'm in a purge right off the bat. So this is a massive battle where I have to try and stay on the move. Thankfully, all of the enemies will drop loot or health.
I see even like when you kill an enemy, like it looks like, just looking at the graphics, it looks modern with the Super Nintendo, you know what I mean?
It does.
Like it's like today's graphics but Super Nintendo, you know?
Yep.
And there's actually nothing wrong with that. There's actually a lot of games out there that I enjoy that are like that. I think I found my way.
Nice. Yes, Bubba and I were playing Broforce for quite some time, and it's still a good go-to game when we can't figure out what we want to play.
Yeah, and there's a game that I play that I'm not sure if you probably wouldn't enjoy it, but I do. It's a very relaxing game, but Stardew Valley is like that too.
Okay.
It's completely old school. The idea of that game is so you're a person who gets their grandfather's farm given to them because the grandfather dies, and it's up to you to go and rehabilitate that farm. And you can
And
do it.
I
You can do it like any way you want to. Like you go in, you build relations with the town, you pick out like which how you want to set up your crops, where you want your animals. Completely, it's a completely customizable game to how you want to do it. You know.
okay.
There are goals and missions and things like that to do, but again, it's all at your own discretion. Like you can do it whenever you want, you know. So, yeah, once again, over here, I'm still playing Wolfenstein, and I'm learning in this game that if you want to survive, your best chance is to duck and cover when you need to. That's one thing I'm learning for sure in this game. But I do have a little bit of game news that, well, it's not necessarily game news, but more like a gripe with game news that I have.
Okay.
So there's a certain website that sometimes I read from because sometimes they do give good information. But it's when they release like the stupid articles that bug me, and I'm referring to the website Gaming Bible. I'm
Okay.
I'm gonna
Yep.
shout them out. You know who they are. I
I
take it,
am
eh?
very familiar with Gaming Bible.
Yeah. So they'll do things like PlayStation fans surprised because PlayStation releases a new game, and then you go to read the article, and it's not even a game. It's like a DLC that they released for another game. You know.
Right.
Um, they have a tendency of making clickbaity articles
Right.
like yesterday or no, this morning actually I saw an article from them that said PlayStation quietly releases 3 games to the PS Plus. So I'm like, okay, I know what games are coming to the PS Plus and which games are leaving. What games are these guys talking about? And of course they're talking about the PS Plus games that got released yesterday. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, Sony didn't quietly release those. They flat out announced those and touted those games over the last week, you know? They weren't silent at all in there in talking about that.
Right.
They wanted to get fans hyped and excited. They didn't just like suddenly drop these games, you know? I don't know. It's when they do headlines like that bug me. Like, just if you're
Right.
gonna talk about PS Plus game releases, just say, hey, the new Sony Plus games or Sony PS Plus games are out there, or the new Xbox Game Pass games are out there, and then give your talk and then talk about each game. Give your thoughts on
Yep. So I am not having a lot of luck in this right now. I'm getting I mean the nice thing is like Xbox.com does release and I get a lot of my news from IGN actually.
I go to IGN for my news too. I don't go to their further reviews now. So, but no, IGN is my go-to for my news stuff, especially on YouTube. Um, Giving a shout out to where we're one of the places we're streaming tonight. But no, I use IGN because I find that their news is a little more up to the minute. They are a little bit more, they're more informed than a lot of people. Hello to the bot in the chat. Um,
Good evening. Thank you for joining.
yeah, they're more up to the minute. They actually go in depth with what they want to talk about, especially on their weekly podcast. They'll break down all the major news stories of the week and then have a discussion about it, you know? Kind of like how we do Tuesdays, 8:05 p.m. Eastern for Turnbuckle Talk, you know?
Yes, absolutely. And that being said, we had some breaking news today in the world of wrestling.
Oh yeah, what was that?
The first member of the ID program has been identified, which I did
From
put into our group chat.
Reality of Wrestling?
No, from CZW.
That's interesting because CZW is not a part of WWE ID, from what I've understood. But let me double check into this, you know?
Yes, Zeta Steele is her name.
Okay. It is a legit thing because I've got Meltzer reporting on it. I see SRS talking about it. I see the guys at Wrestle Talk talking about it. Yeah. Oh, first recruits. I wonder if there's a pile of them now because I'm looking at another article that there's a second name as well. The second name in the WWE ID program is Bryce Donovan, an 8-year veteran of the business. Per the announcement, Donovan is being scouted from Wrestling Open. He wrestled for Create a Pro, which is Brian Myers' company.
Yep.
Beyond Wrestling Limitless and WWE's competitor. He was also part of AEW for a brief period. The latter came in 2021 and 2022. Hey, look, hi to the other bot that popped in.
Yes. And that is not to mention there was a signing for NXT, and I know this is one that gets our blood pumping, so to speak. That being one Lance Anoa'i.
Yeah, I saw that one coming the moment Jacob Fatu signed. I think we all saw that coming because he's also coming over from MLW, if I'm not mistaken. But I can't remember. Was he part of Contra over in MLW?
I don't remember. I haven't watched enough MLW to know.
But there's a third guy from the WWE ID program that's been really signed as well, and I kind of like this guy's name.
Okay.
Cold Brew Cappuccino Jones. He is being scouted from a company called This Is Wrestling. Elsewhere, Jones has competed for the likes of Core Professional Wrestling, Wrestling for a Cause. He was a part of ROH, the latter of which recently saw him battle Cage of Agony, which is Bishop Khan, Brian Cage, and Toa Leona.
Yes.
In 6-man tag action. Like his ring name, Jones's finishing maneuvers, the Froggy Brew and the Decaffeinator, seem to be inspired by coffee.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to like this dude.
Yeah, so I am not having any luck. I cannot get through that. So I'm going to switch over to WarHammer Dark Tide. I am going to caution now our viewers and our listeners. This game is very graphic. If you have kids that are watching, please wait until after the show to watch or after they are in bed.
The other
game. Sorry, go ahead.
The other game you were telling me about.
Yes, I was not having any luck with Bolt Gun, so
Sorry, I was talking to that's me talking to Terry, by the way. Bulkster.
oh, okay. Yes.
If you're hearing those dings, I'm sending him some information on our show.
The dings actually come through, even though I have turned the notification sounds off on my tablet. They still come through. So this one here is a strictly multiplayer game. So even though you are doing your own story, you're going to wind up in a multiplayer game because you need to have a strike team. So very similar in the role to Destiny, certain missions in other games like Outriders, stuff like that. Again, I warn you that this game is very, very graphic.
Sorry, what's the name of this game again?
Dark Tide.
Dark Tide.
WarHammer Dark Tide.
I'm going to look and see. I'm on my phone and I'm opening up my PlayStation app because I still got Wolfenstein loaded up here.
Right.
I'm going to look and see if I can find the game Warhammer Dark Tide because there's a bunch of Warhammer games on the PlayStation Plus right now. And
Right.
I'm not sure which one's there, you know? It's funny. Warhammer Bolt Gun is actually on sale this week on PS4.
Really?
$17. Still not worth it for me.
And
How many times?
I earned myself a free $25 gift card to the Microsoft store, and I don't have anywhere to spend it. Okay, so this is there is stuff that is done by class, so whatever you have chosen for your character to be, this is what I was looking for.
Yeah, okay. I got Dark Tide as well, but and it too is on sale, but it's on sale at $50. That's still not really a sale price to me, but
no, it's not. So right now I'm running around inside my home base, but it is time to go and see if I can find a mission.
Okay. It's lucky I parked my guy on my screen in a safe area because with how long I was standing there, I should be dead.
Right.
Like today, for instance, I was playing some Ghost Recon again.
Right.
And I put my guy down. I put my controller down. Forgot to pause so I can go make some lunch because I was getting pretty hungry.
Right.
And not 2 minutes after I put my controller down, the enemies were attacking me.
So as you can see on my screen, it is showing me as I am departing for the mission. So in the event that it doesn't find a strike team, it will provide me with 3 AI bots to complete my team.
And that's not, is that a bad thing, a good thing? Like, how does the AI work in that game?
The AI is very good, to be honest. It's hard depending on who and what they send me because there are 4 different classes in this game.
Right. So it's not sorry.
I've chosen the class of veteran. I did one where they sent me with what they call Ogren, and they sent me with 3 of them, and these guys are just massive. But every time you'd get a shot lined up, they're cutting you off. That wasn't very smart of him. And usually the bots are dressed in red, so I don't know if this is all bots or if they found a strike team to add while I was flying to the mission. And again, this is a game where you have to loot everything, really leave no stone unturned, so to speak.
Yeah, just like I'm doing right now with oh geez. I totally ran out of ammo and had to use my dual wielders because I was just getting piled on by Nazis just now.
And there are times where your team will get significantly further ahead of you, which we all know from these multiplayer style games.
Carl, stop sending messages for a second. I'm trying to click something here.
But it's actually funny in this game when you get into like an area where there would be, I guess, what you would call horde mode or potentially like zombies in Call of Duty. It's easier to switch to your melee weapon.
There we go. I sent Terry the link for whatever reason. Sending a link through our group for YouTube stuff isn't working right now. So I had to privately send it to a Bulkstar to come and check us out.
Right. Yeah, because I didn't put it up on the Boar's Nest YouTube. I put it up on mine tonight.
Yeah, and Carl also gave the link to your channel. Okay, which gun? That's the one thing I still got to get used to. Okay, the assault rifle has like a bunch of good weapons in it. What in the... Okay, I got it. Okay, now I understand what my goal is. I've got to take out these giant so there's the soldiers I'm trying to take out. They're controlling these giant cannons that are trying to fight or trying to take out all of our planes that we've got fighting them. So I've got to figure out how to get to the other cannon. There's two of them that I got to take down, and I just took down one. Dang it. Yay, Bulkster, you found us.
All right, Bulkster, what's going on, brother?
Glad to have you here, brother.
Yes, always a pleasure to have you on the Boar's Nest. Always a pleasure to have you on anything Turnbuckle affiliated.
Wait, where am I? Oh, okay, they put me. Okay, I am not a fan of these single fire shotguns.
I actually do not like shotguns in video
Or I
games,
mean,
period.
sorry, this is a single fire assault rifle. I'm not a fan of it. What I am a fan of is guys that are right up beside me and not shooting me while I shoot their buddies further off in the distance. Bulkster is watching and setting up the new PS5, his new PS5 Pro, and transferring all his PS5 stuff to it. I just got blowed up.
Uh-oh. Yes. This game, although you wouldn't think it, actually has a lot of religious undertone to it. Because, of course, your enemies are heretics.
Mm-hmm. God dang it. And of course, as per usual, because she knows I'm busy, I've got Pepper here beside me.
Right? Hi, Pepper. How are you tonight?
She's just totally relaxed right now. Actually, a little story about Pepper last night. So right after like me, you, and Parrish finished talking at the end of the day, Pepper just suddenly decided, "Hey, I'm going to be hyper."
Ah, she got the zoomies, did she?
Yeah, she started running all over the apartment, and she tried to encourage playoff Charlie, but Charlie was looking at her like, what the hell are you doing?"
Right?
And that was actually nice to see that, though, that she's
Right.
accepted him further into the household, because of that.
Oh, and now I'm dead. So now I gotta wait and oh, it looks like my team is right there, but I'm not sure.
So one thing I did not know about, as I'm still continuing to play Wolfenstein here, the one thing I did not know is that the enemies can shoot their own enemies, their own friends. I
Oh,
just,
nice.
I literally just saw one Nazi shooting another Nazi.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, and you know how you yesterday on yesterday's show you were talking about how you can't like peek around the corner, or how you wish that was you were able to do that. I did find out you can do it.
Oh, nice.
So you got to like really press yourself up against the wall when uh, you got to lean yourself up against the wall using the left stick on the PlayStation controller, and then you can peek out from the corner with your aim. Which, if I'd have known that WarHammer was actually a first person, like, because the WarHammers I'm playing are the RPG style ones.
Right. Yeah, this is
Stop. Sorry, that
that's
was
what
my alarm going off.
that's what actually had deterred me from Warhammer in the first place, was the RPG style
Mm-hmm.
and the sort
But
of the dungeon crawler aspect.
yeah, and I enjoy that, but to me, like, I enjoy those as something like, I've got an hour. I don't really want to play the games I'm playing right now. Let's just go and crawl through a dungeon and beat up a bunch of enemies, you know?
Right.
Because honestly, I'm playing Warhammer Chaos Bane. I have no idea what the hell is going on in the game. I don't know what the story is. And I don't know if
Right.
I care to know the story, to be honest with you.
Well, again, it does play on the old school Doom,
Mm-hmm.
which, because your character, I mean, in this one you're not, but in like Bolt Gun, you are a space marine.
Okay, that's intriguing. That's intriguing.
In fact, there is a Warhammer game called Space Marine.
I know I saw that on the PlayStation Store when I was looking at Warhammer information.
Um, so it's actually interesting. Like, this was the first one that, as a first person shooter, actually drew me to it.
Oh, and I was going to say something. I got a little confused by the statement that Bulkster said here, and I just realized what he's actually doing, or what I think he's actually doing. So again, he's saying that he's watching and setting up the PS5 Pro, transferring his PS5 to it. And I realized, I'm like, well, what does he have to transfer? If he's bought the games online, they would already be available for him to play on his PS5 Pro.
Yep.
But then I'm like, wait a minute, his save files wouldn't be, though, unless he saved to the PlayStation Cloud. But honestly, the PlayStation Cloud doesn't really give you that much space for saving.
No, it doesn't. The nice thing is like, if like me, you have another console in another room,
Mm-hmm.
your games and all of that will transfer.
Yeah, that's
I mean, if you just like, yeah, if you run with network transfer on,
yeah, Bulkster. That's what I was hinting at a little bit too. Transferring save files much faster than taking your game and then re-downloading it onto another system, because the save files are like nothing on as far as space goes.
right?
Okay, so another piece of strategy I figured out for anybody who's listening and not listening to both games that we're playing. When you're playing Wolfenstein, for instance, the moment you kill somebody, duck and cover, and to let yourself recoup before taking out the next enemy. That, because I'm discovering really hard that that's helping me out. You know.
Yep.
I don't even know where I am on the map. Oh, I'm actually right at the cannon. Okay.
Nice. The nice thing is too, with this game, there's a lot of Medicaid stations sort of scattered throughout the level.
Yeah. Okay. I now want to go back and clear out the remainder of the map.
Um, and I mean, with this one too, like, these are not small missions, even though they look like it.
Mm-hmm.
They are not small missions. They do take up quite a bit of time. Like, you can very easily do, only 4 missions in a 3-hour span.
Yeah. And that's the thing I'm discovering as I get further into Ghost Recon as well. So when I go to because I just started a new province today because I finished the last one I was working on last night. I always save the story missions for last, so I'll go in and interrogate all of the members of the cartel, like the lieutenants and all that, so that I can reveal where certain things are, right? And then after that, I'll go and collect those certain things that I'm missing, like my skill points, the accessory crates, and all that, because
Right.
I know those story missions. When I'm going to go do those, I should set aside about half an hour to an hour for at least one of them.
Yep.
So, in order to get my fill for Ghost Recon, I just I play like the small side missions, the things that are going to help boost my characters, you know.
Right.
So this game here is a time consumer, as it were, right?
Yep. Well, yeah, I better hit the Medicaid station just to be safe. Oh, I didn't need it. And yes, we do have everybody's favorite in exploding gas barrels.
Oh yeah, that's I mean, that's a staple in almost all shooter games nowadays.
Right? Right?
I mean, when I played the Uncharted series on Saturday Night Gaming, you find a red barrel. Yep, that shit's going to explode when you shoot it.
Yep. I didn't play very much of either the Uncharted series or The Last of Us, but I have tried them.
I love the Last of Us story. It's it's one of those games that like tugs at your heartstrings and makes you think at the same time, you know? And then I always get the I've seen this before, but I always seem to get those these people the people who like try to criticize my love for the Last of Us, and they're all like, "Oh, it's just another zombie shooter." And these are coming from people who maybe seen gameplay footage of it but not followed the actual story of the game, you know?
Right.
Yeah, Bulkster, I am considering it, but currently right now I'm in the middle of a major financial situation that I'm trying to take care of. Bulkster is looking to sell me his PS5, by the way.
Right. That's kind of what I figured. I just wasn't going to.
Yeah. Okay, I give up on what I was trying to do there. I was trying to look for a room, but it's like that room's non-existent. So I'm gonna move on to the next part. Wait a second here. As soon as I said that I give up, I find something that intrigues me. So go back and
Oh, there's two of us down now, right side by side.
um,
And I got swarmed here, as you can tell, trying to get to a Medicaid station and get some ammo.
oh geez, isn't that the way it always is though? You run out
Yep.
of ammo, you run out of health.
Yep. And now I have to spectate for a few minutes here while they clear out the heretics.
So what do they got to clear out the room before you can spawn in, or
No, there's no spawning in this situation. They have to actually revive me.
oh
And
okay.
you don't ever actually die. Like if your character is down, then they'll show you as having been taken hostage.
Oh,
Apparently I have to get to extraction somehow. I just don't know where it is. Okay, so how in the hell?
Well, we were praising IGN with their news and whatnot. One of the things that I wish IGN would just work a little bit better on is the walkthroughs that you can find on their website.
Right. And I don't actually like. Again, I'll just check sort of the articles if they pop up.
Mm-hmm.
The other one that I'm actually really big on in terms of reviews and sort of a before you buy is Game Ranks.
I love Game Ranks. I love their before you buy it series. I love their top 10 countdowns that they do.
Yep.
Because they what they do is they'll the most recent before you buy it I actually watched was on Wolfenstein: The New Order, because they did one on that some years ago.
Right.
And they give what they do for people who are looking to buy a game but they're not sure if they want to play it is they give you the reasons to play it and the reasons not to play it.
Yeah.
You know? And
Yeah,
then
it's not.
they inject comedy into it, obviously.
Yes, there's no bias for or against the game.
Mm-hmm. And I always notice that when I think it's Falcon who does the before you buy it from that channel, but
No, Falcon always does the top 10s. I think it's
okay,
Jake who does the before you buys.
right. But what he does is if it's a game he's not into, he'll say like, this is a game that I'm not really interested in, but I know that there are players out there that this would suit, and then he would explain like the reasons why like this game would suit you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing I like too is when he's talking about what to expect in the game, you actually see gameplay footage of what to expect in that game from what he's talking about, you know?
Right?
So like if he's going to be like, "Oh, the gunplay in the game is fine," you're going to see a character shooting somebody, you know?
Yeah. Okay. So just before we wrap up here, I do have to make that quick run to the locker room. So just one moment, please.
Yeah. He couldn't hold it for the 10 minutes. But right now I'm playing Wolfenstein. I'm once again lost on where I'm supposed to go. I think I have an idea. Yeah, he's playing Bulkster. He's playing this on Xbox. It is on PlayStation 4 and 5 as well. I had a look at it on the PlayStation Store earlier. Um, mm.
My apartment is smelling wonderful right now because I do have a meatloaf that is now cooling down in the slow cooker.
Dude, it's so interesting you bring up food because I forgot to mention to you those ribs that I got last night for free.
Right?
They came from Metro, by the way.
Okay.
They were fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually quite surprised because sometimes the cooked food you get from Metro, it's a little bit hit and miss for me.
Right.
But those ribs were dynamite. Like I'm tempted to go because I get paid tomorrow.
Right.
I'm tempted to go and pick up pre-made ribs for myself again.
Nice. Yes, there is, as you see in a lot of this style of a game, that there is a skill tree that again, you go through and you
Mhm.
master. And
Now we've got Bulkster saying, I'm looking forward to seeing what power this pro has. He's planning on playing Spider-Man 2 first. That's actually a great choice. I've got a collection of PS5 games in my collection. Because PS Plus, I take every free game regardless,
right.
I don't know what game I want to play first when I get my PS5 yet. I really don't know. Because I've got because last month for October we got Dead Space. I'm very excited to get back into that. And then this month we got Ghostwire Tokyo there.
Right. Okay.
I figured out what I had to do to open up the spot that I was trapped at. I had to take one of the cannons and blow some shit up. I discovered another thing that's actually missing in Wolfenstein that I would appreciate it if they put it in, and maybe it's in the other games.
Right.
But hit markers when you shoot at your enemies.
Right.
Bulkster, yeah, Dead Space is amazing. I played and beat the original trilogy over on PS3. And because I still have my PS3 hooked up, it may be a future Saturday night gaming series I may do.
Right.
Actually, that reminds me, I don't have my PS3 hooked up. It's sitting on this TV shelf, but I reminded myself today actually that I have 4 HDMI ports. I can plug my PS3 in and go with it.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
I legitimately, if I wanted to, I could. Can I? I'm pretty sure I could actually run my third Xbox that's in my room out here as well.
Yeah, the only thing that's really stopping me is I still if I want to stream the games, I would need a separate HDMI cord that I can just alternate with my capture card,
Right.
or I can check and see if my other capture card, the one that doesn't work on my PS4, I could always check and see if that works on my PS3.
Right. Actually, I'm thinking maybe I should try and do that in my room if I decide to hook the other computer up.
Yeah.
Because right now it's just sitting there. So, but I am not going to I'm not going to race to start another mission because we are just about at that 1 hour mark.
Yeah.
And I actually have things that I need to do tonight after work. Wow. After the show.
I mean, our shows are kind of like work. We do a lot of work to get everything ready for them.
We do.
But yeah, I have to eat my dinner here shortly too, because I once again went and got the free meal today because again don't feel like cooking, and I got Little Caesars pizza, so can't complain about a free pizza.
No, you can't. This is what I'm looking for. Let's see. No, I still haven't unlocked any better pants. Unfortunately. But yes, in this game, as you level up, you actually you're gaining trust because you are a convict.
Okay.
That you ended up getting released. Well, not necessarily released, but there was a prison break and you ended up saving a guard. And one of the people that actually put you in there and said, look, I'm fighting for the emperor, which is why you're having to defeat heretics.
Yeah.
The only thing that I don't necessarily agree with this game is that there's not a big boss at the end of every mission. Now, I haven't gone into level 2 missions yet, and I know they can go all the way up to level 5. So,
well, I'm in the middle of an interesting concept on Wolfenstein. So I just finished off the first level,
right,
and now I'm climbing this big tower while trying to take Nazis out.
Okay. Just wait until you go to the movie studio.
I already can't wait. Dude, I just finished Last of Us 2, where I was in a TV studio for the entire episode.
Wow. Nice. Yeah, the movie studio, I can't remember. I believe it's short and more of a cutscene. But that leads you to where you go and get where I got stuck in the game.
Yeah.
So, but with that being said, Mr. Best, we are almost at that 1 hour mark.
That we are.
So, do I have it in here?
I keep forgetting I don't have to click buttons tonight, and I'm clicking buttons.
No, you don't.
I'm not pulling up things. I was just helping with the chat, though. Bulkster, it was great to have you here. We'll see you around, man.
Yes, thank you. No, I don't have it over here yet. Thank you for coming in, Bulkster. Always appreciated. I hope you're going to join us Monday. I am looking to tell everybody where they can see us, where they can watch us.
The commercial's not here?
It's not.
I'm looking right at it. Here it is.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we get a variety stream with the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Friday we game again with Unleashed, the Jessica Wilde story at 7 p.m. Following the game, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
All right. And with that being said, I'm going to shout him out first since he's not here because he is on assignment. My normal partner in crime, my normal co-host, Mr. BubbaDuke on the socials. You can find him on Twitch at the Boar's Nest with BubbaDuke and right here on YouTube at BubbaOMD. This episode will get uploaded to that channel in the next few days, I hope. Mr. Best, how about you tell the people where they can find you?
Yeah, dudes, you can look for me at my Linktree, linktr.ee/Chris_best83. The next time you can find me gaming would be this Saturday night over on CBRS Entertainment. Look that channel up through my Linktree. It's not going to be on Turnbuckle Talk until maybe Sunday or Monday. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to get with Carl and we'll talk about that. But tomorrow night, live, for some, if you want some live wrestling reactions, SmackDown Security Detail with myself, OMD, and Chris Parrish.
Yes. And ladies and gentlemen, you can find me at my link tree, and I hit the wrong button. At my link tree, linktr.ee/OMD show. That is again, linktr.ee/OMD show. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, in the immortal words of our fearless leader, Karl Karafel, the world is a scary place. Take care of each other. From all of us here at the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, to those of you out there, wherever you are, good night, good luck, we out.